My name is Chris Carroll from MGC Agency, and this is my big interview. MGC Agency is a website, mobile app and digital marketing consultancy. We build all websites from your small new start websites right through to multinational brands and bigger developments, as well as apps for businesses and education. Part of our business is we've got a lot of technical development and developers that other companies struggle to get or don't need the overall need to all the time. So we work in collaboration with a lot of digital agents. We talk regularly with Mabo, for instance, Steve over at Outranked. Everybody just wants to help, wants to have a chat. I pretty much know that if we pick up the phone or we email somebody, whether it's through LinkedIn, they're going to come back and say, yeah, let's get a coffee and have a chat. And everybody just wants to help each other. And it's a great place to be. I have to say pretty much what is happening at the moment. We was at the Riverside with what was going on over there, and the building around the Boho 5 and so on. And it's going to be a fantastic thing if it does. It'll be a real kind of boost, but a real place and a hub to get everybody into one place and really drive the digital expansion. So I would probably say exactly what Andy's doing over there, and we're really looking forward to seeing it and looking out of his window and seeing it progress. Most famous person I've met is Pele, which I was really happy to. I was at a charity event. I met him. However, they were charging £1,000 per photograph, so it was a bit too rich for me. It was a charity event, but I managed to meet him, shake his hand. But the £1,000 were a bit too rich for me at that point. So gotta say Pele with a
no photographic evidence then.
No. They even banned phones. So there's people in there that can say they met him, but they can't prove it. Most memorable gig was I used to go to Leeds Festival, and great bands really into my indie. Saw Feeder, Foo Fighters, Stereophonics. The reason it's memorable is you had all that kind of crowd, and in the middle of it they remember Daphne and Celeste? They come out skipping kind of with pop music and so on within it, and they put them in between Blink-182 and Rage Against the Machine. So you can imagine the crowd. They came skipping out and they got several bottles of thing thrown at them, and they ran back off quickly. So it's probably the quickest set that's ever been. I like to say we're memorable because of the acts that was there, but that kind of sticks in my head all the time. Two main sports that I do. Big Everton fan. Been an Everton fan since I was a kid. Used to be a season ticket holder, but no longer anymore with kids, with the travel. And I love my F1 as well. F1, really into F1. At school, constantly winning the wheelbarrow race. Networking event. We do things like Fastlane. We do we're looking at the local ones, but I'm heavily involved with BNI as well. So I'm a director consultant of BNI. I live in Northallerton, quiet little town within that little bubble, but I'm never there because I'm always up here or travelling. I'll tell you one that used to be, but it shut down, which was Starters. Used to love Starters over by the Cineworld. Just what it is on the tin, you just order a load of Starters. It were great. Of course, recycle. One of the things that I do a lot is I am old-fashioned and I like face-to-face meetings, but when I can, we do more the Zoom meetings or the Skype meetings and so on. So we're not traveling as much up and down. I do a lot of work down south and also up to Newcastle and so on, and the travelling can be quite an extent, and I am cautious about what that is doing. So again, going back to that, I am very old-fashioned in my morals, brought well by my mum and kind of thing. So I can probably say act of kindness and so on is I'm constantly opening doors for people, and just walk through and don't do it. But I keep on doing it, you know, and you know, if I do go on the train and so on, giving up seats and so on, and probably one of the a great, I get invited to charity events and so on, and every now and again, like the Pele one, but also there was one particular charity event that I went to, and there were several people. It were a football ground and so on. And I think the most surreal night I've kind of had within there is the table that I was on, and you looked around. There was Desmond Tutu on there. There was James Nesbitt from Cold Feet, and there were Kevin from Coronation Street. And that's probably the most surreal evening and table that I've been sat on. So you had Desmond Tutu in his laugh and his ecstatic and so on, and then you had Kevin from Coronation Street. So I can probably say that's one of the most memorable, and probably something people don't know about. But
I can't believe you said Pele instead of Desmond Tutu.
What I think is complete bullshit and a bit of a grind of me is when people say they're self-made. Really grinds me, because I personally believe that no one is self-made, because everybody gets a bit of help from everyone. So to say that I did it all myself is to me a little bit wrong. Everybody gets help, whether it's family, friends, mentors, colleagues, and so on. So superhero power is, do you know the blue woman on X-Men that can change into anybody? I'd love to do that. I just kind of think just to wind people up, you know, morph into Boris Johnson or something for a couple of hours or so on within there. I think that would be great. I mean, there's lots of different laws, but I'm gonna put it out there, and I'm gonna put it specifically for Middlesbrough. Ban electric salespeople on the high street. Gas and electric salespeople who ask you 4 or 5 times every time you want to go for your lunch, who does your gas and electric? So if this goes to Middlesbrough Council or whoever, can we make a plea, please? First person will be Chris Evans. I think he's great. I think he's really good, and he's underestimated of what he's achieved. I'd probably have Jeremy Clarkson. I think he's great. He's a bit Marmite, so I think he's absolutely great. And I'd probably have John Reno, who is a French actor. He did like Leon and things like that. He's just a pretty cool guy. So a bit. Or Desmond Tutu, Kevin from Coronation Street, and James Nesbitt, because they were class as well. Thoroughly cling on to the only success Everton have ever had, and it's the 1995 FA Cup final. Beat Man United.